people, buddy. Good boy. All right, guys, this first one is a looking animal, not a petting animal. He is a coati mundi. That is a South American Indian word that means nose in belt because they consistently sleep with their tails wrapped around the outside of their nose like it's stuck in their belt. This guy is an arboreal creature meant to live in trees. If you look, the long, sharp claws on this dude mean that he likes to dig and he likes to climb. This guy can run up the walls of this building as fast as he can run across a flat floor. He can run down a tree as fast as he can run up because his feet go completely backwards and he runs down the tree head first like that. This guy is an omnivore. He likes to eat absolutely everything. Long, sharp claws, long, wiggly nose tell us he likes to dig into the ground for his food. He also likes to pull the bark off of trees to find stuff that's just below the Cambria layer of the trees. Or if it's termites, eat all the way through the tree to eat the termites. He likes to eat bugs and grubs and worms. He likes crickets and grasshoppers. He'll eat any small lizard or amphibian he can catch. He'll eat any mammal he can get his hands on. Up in the trees, he'll wipe out bird nests and squirrel nests and things such as that. But then in captivity, some of his favorite things to eat are hard-boiled eggs and grapes and blueberries and boneless, skinless chicken breast boiled, not fried. He likes pizza, but he doesn't like Little Caesars. His favorite pizza is Papa John's Meat Lovers Pizza, which might be rubbed off from me. But the two of us can put one down with the quickness. And just don't get your hands close out here. The teeth on this guy are bigger than what look like would go in his mouth because his top jaw has a gap in it, so that his bottom tooth comes all the way through his top jaw and is pretty much tickling his nose at the top up there. So his bottom big teeth are about 1.5 inches. His top teeth are about 1 inch. And being able to count all the way to 10 is way better than counting to 9. So anyhow, this guy, and the reason he's a looking animal, not a petting animal, is he likes shiny things and he tries to take them from him. So he likes rings and watches and cell phones more than anything. Trying to teach him what the Rolex symbol looks like, but, you know, we're working on it. But I only have a picture. I don't have a Rolex. So hey, if anybody donates one, that'll probably help me teach him that. But anyway, this guy's very favorite thing to do, he runs up into the trees out in the petting farm and he shakes the branches like this and the leaves all rain down and the goats run around and go, it's raining food, it's raining food. And he sits on top and goes, ha ha, you fools. And they all have a wonderful time at it. This guy was bottle raised in the living room until he was about 8 months old. The end of his in-the-house career is when he decided his very favorite thing to do was to unload the cabinets multiple times a day. And there is no childproof lock that will keep those teeth and claws out. So if he can't open it with his claws, he can bite through it with his teeth. But this one is a pet animal. The two in the next one over are a breeding pair. When we have babies of them, they are uber cute. The babies will look like baby coati mundis, to be honest with you. Here's the old man trying to work a camera again. I don't even know what's going on here. There we go. Trust me. They're cute. They do like bananas. They like every kind of fruit. When a baby coati is born, they look like that. And it'll stay with its mother for about 5 weeks, and then it'll ride on my shoulder for about 3 or 4 months. And I'm teaching it to be an ambassador animal when it's riding around with me, because it takes them a bit of learning and me a bit of blood for them to learn to get up to my shoulder without tearing up my legs climbing up, and to stand on the shoulder and balance without grabbing on, because, of course, their instinct is to grab on, and those claws do not tickle. All right, so anyway, that guy is a coati mundi. Come on, Bo. Whoop. Let's go. Good boy. Good baby. And the female in there ordinarily is honey brown colored like the other ones, except when she's pregnant. So that's why she's gray right now. All right, guys, this next one is Willie. Willie is an iguana. Willie is a senior citizen iguana. He is at least 18 years old. Beyond that, we have no idea. Come here, Bob. Stop. So I pick him up with gloves because he tries to grab on when he's off the ground, but he's entirely friendly. Once you set him down, you're welcome to pet him. And if you pet him right here, he feels all rough and bumpy. If you pet him here, he feels like sandpaper or something. If you pet him here, he feels like, hey, where are you going, dude? If you pet him here, it feels like a wallet or a purse or something like that. But his very favorite thing in the world is to be petted. You guys are welcome to pet him. All right, this guy's a good size, shape, and color to hide in the trees. So his natural camouflage is to be in trees. The brown coppery legs blend in with the branches. The green back blends in with the leaves. But then beyond his natural size, shape, and color, he also has a form of mimicry. Mimicry is pretending to be something you're not. So this guy's form of mimicry is the round circles on the sides of his face. So he'll turn his face sideways. If someone's coming toward him that he's afraid of, he'll turn his face sideways and let them think that this is his eyeball. Because if he actually had eyeballs this big, that would be one huge animal. So he's hoping that they'll say, holy Moses, look at the eyes on that thing, and maybe run instead of coming to make him a snack. This next one is another iguana. That guy we say is at least 18. And the reason we say he's at least 18 is the people that we got him from had him 12 years ago, and he was already 5 feet long when they got him. It takes him at least 6 years to reach 5 feet, so that would make him at a minimum 18 years old. Beyond that, we don't know. This one is a baby iguana. This one is 1 year old. This one's name is Neon, and Neon is an albino iguana. So albino doesn't necessarily mean white. It means lacking pigmentation. So this one is at least partially albino. It's never going to be green like the other one over there. And it's got the red eyes of an albino animal. And to be technically correct, an albino animal does not have red eyes. They have clear eyes that are full of a clear viscous liquid, and then you're seeing their red blood cells behind their eyes. That's what makes them appear red. If anybody wants to hold this, you're welcome to. Just let it walk on you. Don't grab it by the tail. And it is pretty quick, though, so just don't lose that one for me, all right? This next one, this one is a bearded dragon. This one is a good size, shape, and color to hide in the desert, yeah. And this one also has a form of mimicry. So its camouflage is to hide in the desert, to blend in with its surroundings naturally as camouflage. Its form of mimicry is the needles going down both sides of it. So it wants an animal to say, hey, don't want a mouthful of needles, hard pass on that for lunch. But the reason this is mimicry, not defense, is these needles are entirely fake. There's nothing sharp about them. It just wants an animal to say, yeah, no needles in my mouth, and not eat it. You want to hold that? All right, so this one and that one both have a parietal gland, something like a third eye on top of their head. He's fine. He just wants to get in the sunshine, that's all. And so the parietal gland senses light and darkness. So if something is swooping down from above, they'll see the shadow coming and skitter under the rocks. All right, this next one is a leopard gecko. All right, so the iguana is a good size, shape, and color to hide in the trees. The bearded dragon is a good size, shape, and color to hide in the desert. This one is a good size, shape, and color to hide absolutely nowhere. So this one's only form of defense is mimicry. Who knows what this is trying to mimic?
A leopard.
Pretty small for a leopard. All right, so what is true of many lizards or amphibians that are brightly colored? Poisonous, exactly. So this one doesn't hide at all. It's just out there strutting it out loud and proud. Don't mess with me, because I might be Exactly. But I'm not about to hand you a poisonous animal. Do you want to hold this? Don't drop it, all right? You can't hold it like that. You got to put your hand out there. Come on, man. No? All right. So that one is a leopard gecko. All right, here comes another. All right, guys, so we left the petting farm earlier kind of quickly. I'm not sure if anybody even noticed the great big sulcata tortoises up there. The sulcatas up there in the petting farm are about this big. They weigh about 85 or 90 pounds. These also are sulcata tortoises. These ones are 1 year old. The ones up in the petting farm are 15 and 20 years old. All right, so the two that are available up in the pet store, up there in the farm shop, those ones are 1.5 months old. These two are 1 year old, so it's going to take them a whole year to reach that size. It takes them 5 years to reach the size of like a salad plate. And then after that, they take off quite quickly. So they go from 5 to 15, they get real big. But up to 5 years old, they're only going to get about that big. These guys are very easy pets. All right, parenting tip on lizards and reptiles. If you were considering a lizard or reptile for your child, a tortoise is a super easy, basic pet. Everything they eat comes from the produce department. An iguana, super easy, basic pet. Everything they eat comes from the produce department of your local grocery store. A bearded dragon is an easy pet. They eat fruits and veggies, and then you can buy a can of bearded dragon food that has the protein balls in it. That'll last you for about a year. So again, very easy pet. Leopard gecko, terrible pain. Don't buy a leopard gecko or any other kind of gecko. If you buy one of those, you better hope you live next door to Petco, because you're going to be driving back and forth to the pet shop every day of the rest of your life looking for the one day of the week that they have live crickets, because that is all that they eat. Do not recommend any kind of gecko for a pet. The other ones here are all easy. The tortoises you could get here, these other ones you could get at any old pet store. And none of these stink like keeping snakes. If you keep snakes, oh my goodness. When they eliminate, it is horrible. That's the other great thing about a tortoise. They don't go anywhere fast. You're not going to lose it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the wintertime behavior of a sulcata is to dig 8, 10, 12 feet straight down underground, dig up and build a shelf so they don't drown if it rains real hard. Here, there's a tortoise heater built inside of the floor of that little tan putty colored building right there. It's just a plate about so big that is thermostatic controlled, and that keeps your tortoise good down to about 35. After that, just throw it in the house or in your barn or wherever. They just don't let them get below freezing. And very, very easy pets. And they actually can be quite friendly and eat out of your hand and whatnot. The mistakes people make with tortoises, one, as babies, you feed them like the amount of food that they'll eat in 15 minutes twice a day and take the food away, because they can be obese as babies. I don't know how, but this is what I've read. And then the adults are kind of the opposite. They eat a ridiculous amount of food. So the ones that are the size of those up there, those black dishes all over the ground, they'll probably eat a whole one of those 5 days out of the week. Leafy greens. They would, but it wouldn't be the best thing for them. I mean, unless you're feeding your chickens fresh food. But they would happily coexist with chickens. I used to have chickens in that, but we are National Poultry Improvement Program certified here. And if you have this many people walking around your chickens, you can't do that. But I used to raise certain breeds of chickens. Now we just have mud chickens. But the Sicilian buttercups we used to raise, which are the ones that have like a buttercup shaped thing on top of their head. And they're like the only chickens that do. And then I had AM Samanis that are the utterly black chickens, inside, outside, through, bones, guts, organs, everything black. And but they're not heat tolerant, so I quit doing that. And not at all, not a little. But they're cool looking. My one AM Samani that lived the longest, his name was Cash. So he was the man in black. Oh, there's a guy that sells them down near Atlanta. But he gets about, I don't know, $80 a piece for day old. Yeah.
What chicken is it that we have that's 10 years old?
Lots of chickens would live that long.
I've got a couple of Polish.
Polish are kind of cool. No good for eggs, but they're cool to look at. All right, who's got the leopard gecko? All right, let me put him up. We're going to put all these guys up and get out some other animals for y'all to see. Oh, sorry. Now this one. All right, this guy's name is Bakugan. He's named for the old Bakugan toys, still new toys, but it makes a little ball, and then you try to roll it across the floor, and if it lands on the magnet, it springs out into a ball. That's what this guy does. So who knows what this is? Right, this is a Brazilian 3-banded armadillo. So he's got his 1, 2, 3 moving bands, and then they're held together by lines of skin. And then you guys can step much closer. Then all over the front and back, this is his carapace, not a shell, because this is a mammal, not a reptile. If you look closely at him, especially towards the light, you can see the hair sticking through all over this animal, because where he has all these little star patterns, these are little bony plates, and then they're all held together by skin, just like the moving bands are. So everywhere that they're held together, there's, you know, skin, hair follicles, so there's hair. And this is one of 2 types of armadillos that can make a complete sphere like this. This is his head, this is his tail. And the smallest type of armadillo is a pink fairy armadillo, weighs just a few ounces. The biggest one is a giant armadillo, can weigh a couple 100 pounds. This one, though, maxes out around the size of a soccer ball. I'm told he can run 30 miles an hour and jump 3 feet straight in the air, but I'm going to have to see that to believe it, because he's about a year old, ain't anywhere near a soccer ball yet. But anyway, his name is Bakugan because, like the Bakugan toy that ding and springs out of the ball, this guy does the same thing. He just springs out like that. And he's pretty cute. This guy, you guys don't tickle him, because if he snaps down on your finger, he'll break your finger. But when I tickle him, he wiggles his little feet around and goes, oh, that's it, just like that. And he's a ticklish little guy. And then when you put him down on the ground, he just runs around like a little potato with high heels on. And this guy is an insectivore. So he's going to run into all the corners of this building looking to see if there's any bugs that he could possibly eat. And what we get brought in for him here as far as his diet, he likes superworms and hornworms and mealworms and waxworms, excuse me, buddy. And he likes soldier fly larvae and housefly pupa. He eats every kind of bug you could think of. In the wild, he can sense an ant something like 8 or 10 inches underground, and then he'll dig down and get that dude. He is but anyway, his name is Bakugan, and I am a teen of the 80s, so when I finally get him a woman, it's going to be named Shaka Khan, and we'll get him their little walkout music. And you'll thank me not to try to sing Shaka Khan, but anyway. All right, so that guy's theory of defense is to ball up and say, I don't believe you can get me. He's pretty accurate on that. I understand that carapace would stop at 22 short. So who knows what this next one is? Yeah, this is a hedgehog. So this has the same theory of defense as Bakugan. Bakugan will ball up and say, I don't believe you can get me. This one will ball up and say, go ahead and try if you like. These ones are native to Europe. In Europe, they call this the gardener's friend because this is a carnivore. It will eat all the bugs and grubs and aphids and things that are harmful to your plants, but it will never mess with your plants because it is a carnivore. This one, when it balls up, you would have a pretty tough time getting at that little girl right there. And this one is an albino. Albinos are much sharper than regular ones. If you feel it, don't feel it very hard because it will go through your skin. People often ask me if these ones can shoot their quills like a porcupine, and I say exactly the same, because porcupines can't either. That is a myth. The reason that some people believe that a porcupine can shoot its quills is if its quill goes into your skin. An American porcupine has a barb on the end, and that quill will not come back out of your skin. But the porcupines cannot shoot their quills, neither can a hedgehog. I'm not aware of any living animal that can. This one is an albino, so if she comes out to see us in a second here, you're going to see that she has little pink skin and little red eyes. But as I said before, they don't actually have red eyes. They just have clear eyes, and you're seeing the red blood cells through their eyes. But this is a cute little girl, and since we're so creative, her name is Snow. Let me get another one out that's a little more likely to want to come to you. All right, this one's name is Penelope. Penelope is a standard colored hedgehog. That one is an albino hedgehog. And Penelope, when she comes out, if you want to take a picture with her, you can take your hand and put it behind her two front feet. And then you can be like, oh, we're so cute together, like that. And or you can just hold her on your hands to take a photo like that. And if you hold her like this, she sometimes, not always, does this cute little ball thing like that. That's a pretty cute way to take a picture. But if you want to pick these up, you have to pick them up by yourself. I don't hand them to people because sometimes they go, like psych, and then it could get dropped. And that would be no bueno for them. If you want to pick it up, you slide your fingers under it like that. Because see, they're soft on the bottom. They're just sharp on the top. And I wouldn't hold this one right up against myself. It just woke up. It might very well tinkle on you. If it does, we call that the full farm experience. No extra charge. But I wouldn't necessarily hold it up against my shirt. You're welcome to pick it up, yes. The other one right here, usually she comes out. I don't know. She's, hey, wake up, sweetheart. There she goes. That one is very, very sharp. The other one is not nearly as sharp.